Hello, everyone. This is Cheyenne Marling with BC Management. Wanted to talk to you about some tips on how to write a job description that's really going to get the attention of the right candidates that you need for your position. Over 20 plus years of experience, I've seen a lot of great job descriptions and a lot of really bad ones. So, want to share these helpful tips with you today. So, as far as goals with your job description, you want to make it compelling and enticing for prospect candidates. Again, look at this and consider this as your start of your marketing message to future candidates who might be interviewing for the position. You want to also include any important company details, anything that makes you different from other job descriptions out there, such as company mission, the culture, the company brand. Highlight any company perks as far as any benefits, anything to entice the individual to apply to the position. You also definitely want to make sure that you keep it concise, even though you might be tempted to include every requirement that you envision for your ideal hire. Including too many qualifications and skills can definitely be a turnoff for potential candidates. In fact, they say between 700 to 2,000 characters can get up to 30% more applications. So keep it concise. Just like you're reviewing a resume, you don't want to be too wordy. Same goes for the job description. So some job description do's, of course. Always review and keep it updated. A job description can quickly become very stale. Make sure that you're communicating the right responsibilities and reporting structures. Sometimes it's even best to kind of highlight day-to-day activities for the position so the candidate can really determine if the role and the company is going to be a good fit for them. Also, make sure you define the years of experience required. I can't even begin to tell you, especially within the business continuity profession, the job title can mean so many different things between different companies. So in one company, a business continuity coordinator may be managing the entire program, but then another company, they're helping with BIAs and plan updates and so forth. But if you define the years of experience that you're targeting for the position, that will help you attract the right level of individual for your position as well. And it also might be helpful to include the competencies needed for the role, such as if you need someone who's problem solving, intellectually curious, whatever the competencies might be that you have defined for the person to really excel within the position. So as far as job description don'ts, be very careful with terminology. Again, business continuity, we have crisis management, emergency management, resiliency, disaster recovery, business continuity, so many terms. And I can't even begin to tell you if it's a position that's more entry level and you're willing to interview candidates to kind of open up the pool to someone that might have more government emergency management expertise versus business continuity, you want to make sure that you have the opportunity to open up the door to potential candidates who may not be applying to your position based on the terminology that's used. And in many cases, sometimes even speaking to an expert within this industry, you can kind of decipher how your job description reads among a pool of candidates and what type of candidates you might be attracting based on the terminology, based on the job title that's used. Qualifications is very important. So what's required, what's preferred. I see some job descriptions that they're going to eliminate a lot of individuals based on the software expertise they're requiring, based on a certification that's not very common, based on the years of experience and industry knowledge, such as financial or healthcare. So when you write your job description, make sure that you clearly indicate what is going to be required for the position and what is a preference. And make sure you communicate that across your interviewing board as well, because someone could be ruling an individual out because they don't match all the required, all the preferred qualifications, even though a CBCP may not be required, perhaps, that if they don't have it, the person could be ruled out of the process. So make sure that within the job description, you clearly define that as well. Job title is very important. I've seen some job descriptions where it says senior manager business continuity, but they're really looking for an analyst slash coordinator slash specialist and really targeting 3 to 5 years experience. So it wasn't surprising when this one particular client had that job title, they had a ton of candidates applying to the job that had 10, 15 plus years of experience. So they had to go through all this paperwork to really identify candidates that were a good fit. And quite frankly, a senior manager, someone who has 2 to 3 years experience, was probably not applying to that job. When you write your job description, you want to make sure you avoid internal lingo. So sometimes I see, firm wide or whatever may be, make sure that you keep the lingo, the language that's used throughout the job description to that anyone can understand, and they don't necessarily have to be within the internal or company, perhaps. Make sure that you're also very clear as to the location. If you need someone to be on site, if you need someone to be within the location, if you're willing to relocate candidates, how much travel is required. So make sure that you're very clear with that, because I do see a lot of candidates who will apply to a job thinking that perhaps if they're a good fit, that the company may entertain a candidate who's remote. So again, there's a lot of shifting requirements with remote or on-site candidates, but make sure as you're developing the job description that you can communicate a clear message on what is going to be required for the position once the person is brought on board. It just saves everyone time, and not only yourself, but also the candidates. So I hope you found this information helpful. Again, a lot of things are kind of hidden behind the scenes on what your job description is communicating to potential candidates, who you're actually attracting when based on the job title, based on the requirements and the competencies. So as always, we're more than welcome to help and have a discovery call to kind of help walk you through that if needed. And as always, feel free to look at our go through our website and request any complimentary research as well. Thanks so much. Bye.